me hold on. So he starts off. He looks like a like Knackle, and then he becomes like Knackle Stack.
Oh, NaCl stack. Yeah. He looks like fucking Minecraft. Okay.
Yeah, he does. So I was like, wow, like he does look like he's from. I like him less now, but still, I was like, dang.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I was like, rock salt Pokemon. I was like, that's so weird. Like, I love ghost Pokemon. I love like the more inanimate aspect of Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And then like he kind of becomes like kind of lame in his middle tier, and I was like, that's not great, but whatever. I'll stick with it. And again, I don't know how he's gonna like evolve. And then he becomes like a fucking walking salt temple. And I was like, oh, this is so fucking cool. He's a mountain now. So I find the payoff for when you like stick with a Pokemon and you like go through the evolution chain, not knowing what you're gonna get. Like I found it to be way satisfying, rather than being like, oh, I got to grind this guy up to level 42, or he's not gonna become like Blastoise or some shit. But then like you'll invest your time poorly in Pokemon where you're like, this is a single, like it doesn't evolve, or like it requires just like a unique scenario where it like walks so far, or what have you.
Right. Yeah, that would be a bummer. Like really being like, I can't wait to see what Electabuzz turns into.
Right, exactly that, dude. There was like this cool one called Sublime. It has like gemstones for eyes. I think it's a dark.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, he looks super terrifying.
I love when they're just. I love that they like stopped having any pretense of the scary ones not being scary.
Yes,
because like Gen 1 ghosts were like like Haunter, Gengar, and whatever the first one is, Ghastly.
Yeah.
They're still like cute little cartoony guys, but then in later versions, there's just like fucking.
Let me read you one. Yeah. My favorite one that was on was Palisand. I just for some reason Castle Pokemon. I was like, love it. But his Pokédex is like
dark.
Palisand has been referred to as Beach Nightmare. Palisand has the power to control sand and gain the grain of its body has a will of its own. Yeah, each grain of its body. Yada yada yada. He goes like, it enjoys the life force of Pokemon. It creates a sand vortex to capture small Pokemon, draining their vitality. The bones of Palisand's victim were kept buried beneath it, and traces of its victims' ill will are left wherever it passes. And it goes on, and it's like, that's awesome, dude. And like the picture is literally like a fucking Pikachu falling into like a Sarlacc pit. And you're like,
oh my god.
You're like, oh yeah, like it would totally make sense that like Pokemon would eat each other, and they don't they don't shy away from that like kind of realization, which is also strange because at the end of the day,
the naturalism of it.
Well, yeah, but then like the more you accept that, the more you realize that like Pokemon is just dogfighting. And you're like, oh, this is like fucked up, like they try to like bill it in this way, but you're like, what? you're like
they like need to fight, right? Like they need to fight the way a shark needs to swim, right?
Right. It's like implied that like within the confines, they're happy to do it, and they gain like strength and experience and a bond. So like there's pluses, and again, this is like without murdering one another. But then I guess wild Pokemon are like totally free too. I guess you just get domesticated in that fucking Pokeball, dude. Yeah. It must be cushy in there.
Do you know about Confagrigus?
Oh yeah, dude. What's his John?
Sarcophagus Pokemon.
The Sarcophagus one, yeah.
Amazing.
This Pokemon has a. Oh wait, what is it?
I love the just object Pokemon as well.
Dude,
that just cracks me
objects. Love it.
It has been said that they swallow those who get too close to them and turn them into mummies. They like to eat gold nuggets.
Dude, did they turn the gold nuggets into
kill them. They just fucking
mummies?
Kill people. They literally just kill people.
Yeah. Dude, they made one for like whichever. The one regional one was like a rune, and that was like it was like a rune mound or a rune stone. I thought that was a cool variation.
Mimic You. I love Mimic You.
Mimic You is cool. It's really good. You know, I finally got one in one of my games, and I was so. Oh, you know who I love though? The fucking the one that's based off of a cucumber that expels its guts.
Oh shit.
Oh.
The CNM. Is it a cucumber?
Yeah. It's PYUKUMUKU, and I think it has the word alliteration is like puke, is what you're going for.
Muku.
Yeah, I think that's like the word. The word play is supposed to be off of puke. But it's
Namakobushi in Japanese.
Yeah, it all it does is do it like buffs and counter attacks, but its counter is like lethal. So if you're fighting anyone that's gonna I destroyed the Elite Four with it, and it was like so satisfying because it's just this like disgusting thing that doesn't evolve. And have you ever seen like a real photo of a real life sea cucumber expelling its like intestinal tract?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It looks so alien.
There's that episode of Wild Boys with Steve-O and Chris Pontius where they find one of those and just, they hold it in front of their crotch and jerk it off. Yeah. You can, hear them laughing in their snorkels.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find the, is this it? Oh, this might not be it. Oh, that's different. I'm trying to find the creepy Ditto comic. You remember that one? It was like someone's Pokemon comics is what the site was called. But it's just this Ditto sitting on a couch. I'm gonna fuck this up. I'm not even gonna bother trying to explain this, and I can't find it.
Oh. Ditto sitting on a couch. Eating ass?
Not eating ass. But, the girl says something, and Ditto's like, haha, same. And she gets annoyed, and then, it happens a couple more times, and then eventually she's like, Ditto, you gotta get out of here, and, kicks it out of the house. And then the girl's, boyfriend comes over, and she's like, I had to get rid of my Ditto. And then they're sitting on the couch, and the boyfriend's face turns into the Ditto face.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
Fuck.
The turn. Are you all gonna mess with Starfield, or are you gonna get in on that early? Or are you gonna see how it pans out?
What's Starfield?
The Bethesda fucking space game, Starfleet, something. Starfield.
Starfield, yeah.
Yeah, it's like their big project. I thought.
It's them trying to do Outer Worlds, basically.
You think it's gonna be well, yeah. I mean, Obsidian did Outer World. Outer Worlds should have been better, man. I didn't play the DLC.
I thought the weapon system was underwhelming.
Yeah, I everything. I was rooting for it a lot, and that drove my whole entire kind of go through the game, which is fun. But I just felt it's a little short of the mark.
It was nice of them to be sticking it
same.
to Bethesda at that time, though.
Right, that was their I don't know if that was their first foray, but that was them being their own. Well, I guess
it was them showing that they could do their own IP without relying on Star Wars or Fallout.
Damn.
I know they've done. Well, actually, I don't know if I know that.
Did y'all
find out?
Did anyone play? Did you ever play the Marvel games where you roll with a 4-man squad, or the X-Men game where you roll with a 4-man squad and depending on your
I think I know what you're talking about. It's
I think
sort of
I know.
isometric-y.
Yeah. It's
oh dang it! Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I did play one of them on the GameCube, I think.
Yeah, I want to say it was I forgot that they had released. They made a newer one. I think it seemed to have ran under the radar a little bit, but it's called Midnight Suns, and it looks like it's more towards the occulty side of the Marvel universe. Because like I think the Midnight Suns was like a Ghost Rider super group at one
that's
point.
fun.
There was like Doctor Strange side of the world. But yeah, but apparently they have a game. It's like big on sale at it's like 6% off on Steam.
That ain't bad.
Meh.
Let's see.
Or, did you-
Obsidian Entertainment. They okay. Although they have created original intellectual property, many of their games are sequels based on licensed properties, including Knights of the Old Republic 2, Neverwinter Nights 2,
Oh shit.
Fallout New Vegas, Dungeon Siege 3. Never heard of Dungeon Siege. South Park: The Stick of Truth. Not a sequel, but licensed. And then they had a game called Alpha Protocol. Let's see.
Yeah, the gameplay for Starfield looks banger.
Well, this game's 75% off. It's a boat game. Old boats.
Boat game, eh? They did a game called... Oh shit, nope. That's
What'd
just
you
an
call it?
expansion
Midnight
for
Suns?
Neverwinter Nights 2.
Midnight Suns, was that it? Marvel's Midnight Suns Darkness Falls?
Yeah, that's the new one that's on sale. But it's like it's based off that vein of gameplay from the previous. I think there's like a handful. There's like 2 Marvel and like 2 or 3 X-Men games. I think it started as an X-Men game. Has anyone fucked with Baldur's Gate?
Nah, but I heard it made Diablo 4 look like shit.
Damn.
Yeah, I bet.
I didn't hear about it in that context, but I have heard that it's good. I've heard, Ben from the Wednesday show was saying that he picked it up, I guess last week, and he was saying it was quite good.
Yeah, I think it also like it gives like a lot of people the chance to kind of like solo D&D. You know, like they get the experience of dice and understanding the skill plays. So I think that probably coalesces very well with like the tabletop RPG listeners. So you can like listen to your favorite podcast, play your favorite game, and you don't really have to deal with all like the very difficult scheduling issues.
Wouldn't know anything about that.
But yeah, so like, I mean, truly that. But I mean, anyone that like, gosh, like it's like everyone that has mastered the art of scheduling D&D and playing regularly and streaming it has monetized it to great effect. So like
that's why there's only like 3, maybe 4 that actually do it.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just like whatever. You know, the bar's pretty high. Fuck it.
Whatever. We do it because it's fun, not because it's
dude, my other group, we're on our like 3 or 3.5.
That's awesome.
Hatch, and yeah, but we're like really like the game's over. Like we know the big bad. We're the chess pieces are moving. We're like as powerful as we're gonna be in the game. And but like we've also after this fact has been like kind of realized, missed like or rescheduled like the last 4 games. And it's like, dude, we're almost done. But in our
that's why we've been on our finale on this show for over a year at this point.
You know what's funny? It's like I am like I don't know if it's like an ADD aspect of mine, but like when I get to the end of games, I like it's not like I don't want to play. I get like aversion.
Yeah.
Like I will self-sabotage or like I'll just put the game to like I'm on the
so it ends on your terms rather than
I have no idea
having
like
to actually see it to its conclusion.
I maybe like because it's so weird like you know like
I guess if you knew you probably would have a easier time not doing it.
Right, like it's just like and it just feels innate. Like I don't feel like I'm like, oh, what am I like 75% done? Like I'm done with here. It's just like I'll find that like dude, I'm on the last mission of Pikmin 3. I'm on the last mission of like the game with the robot dinosaurs, the first one, not the second one.
The game with the robot dinosaurs.
I didn't.
Oh, Horizon.
Dino Crisis.
Horizon.
Okay.
Event Horizon.
Beast Wars, Beast Wars in space. No, but that game I didn't beat the last boss segment in the Zelda Joan that just came out. Like, I just get like
but then
game fatigue, and I sit down.
You played Dread like 4 or 5 times, weren't you saying? And didn't you also play Breath of the Wild like 4 or 5 times? You said.
I played Breath twice, and in the second playthrough, I liked it more than the first playthrough. Dread is what I love about Dread is that you can beat that in 2 hours. Like you can, or like
I can see that
in an evening. You can feel all of the joys of the game. My first playthrough was like 14, 16 hours or something, But like, once you get the hang of it, like you can crush that. But like, you don't just pick up Skyrim. You don't just like start playing it. Like that's like,
blind, so it's like blind Skyrim speedrun.
yeah. But like, I love the idea of like just a short story. Like I know I'm going to finish this. This isn't 1,200 pages in several character arcs and everything. It's just guy goes into a haunted house and he's dead by the end of it, and you're like, oh, cool. It all happened,
Closure.
And like sometimes, but like sometimes I think that these things have less value, and I'm like, I gotta read like Moby Dick, and then I'll waste time reading like 100 pages or something that I inevitably set down and never
couple 100 pages of Moby Dick. Yeah, in Moby Dick's defense, what a good book.
Yeah, to be honest, I've actually read a great deal of it, and I haven't finished it, but I do love it. It is a really good book, but he even wrote it in a way to recreate the tedious of living on a boat. So like it was supposed to incite some aspect of like, dude, you're on a boat, like in the middle of the ocean. That's the only thing. It
definitely evokes that. The way I find myself most often. Yeah. The way I find myself most often describing Moby Dick is if Quentin Tarantino directed a whaling encyclopedia.
Fun.
Fair enough.
So the reason that you should finish it is because the last, I don't know, 30 to 50 pages is just bonkers the whole time. Like it's just it's one long sequence of like, whoa, holy shit. But it does such a good, like all the preceding book is set up so that during that sequence you understand perfectly why every character does what they do in those moments.
Sure.
Without having to like pause and be like, a gun whale is this thing, a bosun is this guy.
That's true.
It's almost like a magic trick. And it basically becomes a fucking action movie at the very end. You're just like, what the fuck? Right. Holy shit. So much boats, so much whale.
That's cool.
It's really good.
Did you play the game that was kind of popular, Dredge? That was making the rounds.
The spooky fishing game?
Mm-hmm.
I want to. I'll probably pick it up the next time it's on sale.
Yeah, it's Cthulhian, Lovecraftian kind of sea lore as you go about like seafaring and doing mundane, but then supernatural things occur, is how I understand it. But it's been recommended to me by like several people, and I was going to extend that recommendation to y'all. I think Gesso.
Oh yeah,
I'm not familiar with that.
It
does sound a bit like that.
It's kind of it's a game to play if you like reading. You're kind of in a boat going around creepy eldritch horror, procedurally generated landscape. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We can look.
Great big eyeball in the ocean. Yeah, do it.
Let's see.
I got a link. Coming at you.
Oh, too late. I want it.
Okay. Oh, you just whatever. Type it up in YouTube.
Yeah, real quick. Then I'll jump back to the playlist. It's fine.
That's all good. forgive.
Oh, this is gonna make me want to reinstall it. Fuck.
Oh, I didn't realize there was like ship-to-ship combat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
for some reason, I didn't think there was combat at all. I thought it was just like try to not get ate by giant sea monsters. I mean, obviously you do that too, but I didn't realize you could shoot at them.
Yeah, I think it has like some of the more familiar trappings of a good game. You know, not just like a story.
Not a wait to die sim.
Well, yeah, but also it's like I respect the genre, but I just don't have any experience with it. But like, where it's more like they've just animated a story and like kind of like, you know, you get to interact with it, but it's like so loose that you're really just kind of watching a story unfold. Like,
Sure.
there's
Yeah,
one
interactive novel.
I think it's.
Yeah, I mean, like Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain was like that.
In your mind.
Sure. What'd you say, Jesse?
I said I think it's one of those, like, once you start getting below the surface, you're kind of just like, what the fuck?
Sure. That's fun. This does.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, these two games do look remarkably similar.
Right.
I guess Sunless Sea doesn't have the getting off the boat part.
Does these are two wildly different creators?
Oh shit.
I don't know.
I'm just curious if it's the same studio.
Pretty good question.
That is a good question. This is like it says it's releasing on Nintendo, which is surprising to me. But I mean, not the cell shading or anything, but Dredge.
Let's see.
Dude, the Nintendo store now has like fucking like
Everything.
like dating sim games,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh shit, like it's just like this is not the Nintendo I'm used to seeing, like which was like super hardline friendly, but like now they're just like we'll just keep our own titles this way, and like we'll just take the free money that comes with having a bunch of games in our store.
Guess so, right?
Dredge was developed by
Like, dude-
Black Salt Games, and Sunless Sea was developed by Fail Better Games. So different studios.
Ooh.
Are they connected?
Okay. I wonder if there's like one guy that's like he got fired and he's like, fuck you.
I'm gonna make my own spooky boat game.
Yeah, it's like to hell with
And I'm
you.
gonna use more than just the green part of the color palette.
Got him. So Dredge is $20 on the Switch. That's cool.
That's not bad.
How long?
Maybe I'll scoop that for the weekend. Ooh, good question. What's the average playtime?
Holy shit! I can't type Dredge. Got it.
You're just reading the Judge Dredd
Yeah.
Wikipedia.
About 9 hours.
Yeah.
If you're gonna completion it, probably about 16 and a half. I always find these.
I'd probably
games are
land
way
somewhere
under
in the
me.
middle of that number.
I'd probably be like 20.
Yeah. But I'm hoping that because like I'm currently gameless. I beat Pikmin. That was pretty satisfying.
Did you
Pikmin 4
find the
was nice.
kendama in it?
That's
The what?
hilarious. Of course, Jesse
Oh,
knows
yes.
where the
Yeah,
kendama
yeah,
is.
yeah.
What, Jesse? What other video games off the top of your head have kendama in them?
Can I take a stab? I'm just guessing,
Probably
but I bet Katamari,
Katamari,
Damacy.
Yeah, that's a very good guess. I would have guessed that Yakuza 0 probably has one.
Okay.
Do you guys ever play any of those games?
I
only
was
played
gonna say
0.
no. I haven't played any of them, and
Nope.
they have like a little
it was
bit of a
ass.
cult kind of thing to them.
It was ass.
If you were curious,
I
it was
wouldn't even
ass.
call them. I wouldn't even call them cult games. I feel like that's a extremely popular series.
What I don't know
Yeah,
what they're
I mean, it's
about.
funny because like I've never talked. Like, what was that?
I don't even know what they're about.
It's well, the one is like are you infiltrating from the outside in?
You may be thinking of Sleeping Dogs, which is similar but actually good. I enjoyed Sleeping Dogs a lot, actually. The main thing, so it's basically Yakuza and Sleeping Dogs are both basically GTA, but in Japan.
Right.
The difference being that Sleeping Dogs has like you can go do karaoke missions, but it's not anywhere. But so like in Yakuza, you can become a straight up like karaoke TV star. That's kind of the difference between the games. Is that Yakuza, while on the surface being a serious like Japanese mafia story, it's just packed full of ridiculous, like cartoonishly ridiculous stuff.
Oh, but it's way
and
more
also
beat-em-up-y.
the brawling sucks. Most of the mini games are like unplayable.
That's awful. Yeah.
The writing is not funny. And everything takes like a million fucking years to level up. I hated it. Whereas Sleeping Dogs is like similar, like brawling style, actually good writing, not trying to be funny, but also not taking itself like super seriously. Like it's not like po-faced or anything about it, but yeah, very very enjoyable. I would actually recommend Sleeping Dogs. Yakuza 0, not so much. I don't think there was any like leveling up bullshit in Sleeping Dogs either. I think you just can run good and fight good and shoot good out the gate.
Love it.
The driving in Sleeping Dogs, which is effectively pointless, is like handles pretty good.
Okay, that's important.
There's like a few times where you're like, I guess I gotta do a race now, even though I haven't really had to drive anywhere, and it's just like, oh, that was pretty good because the car handled like I expected it to and didn't like fly all over the fucking road.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah. Nice when a game about driving and shooting has good driving and shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike Grand Theft Auto. Unlike most of the Grand Theft Autos. And the Red Deads.
Is Sleeping Dogs...
Yeah,
Do you know the nationality of Sleeping Dogs?
I believe it takes place in Japan.
I think it might be Chinese.
Oh.
I can't tell by the...
Sorry, I'm a racist. I didn't mean it.
Welcome to Hong Kong.
Oh yeah, Hong Kong. That's a different place. Well...
It's not even really China, so...
I just knew it was a big city somewhere not in America. You could have been like, it actually takes place in Canada. I'd be like, oh, okay. Shit.
More of my being proud to distinguish the kanji with my learning Japanese.
Did you
way to go?
Any of these?
Did you ever
read this for shit? Huh?
What's the My Hero? What was that movie?
There's a bunch of them. Academia? Isn't there a bunch?
No. It's like it was like a Disney or Pixar. It was like the big inflatable robot guy.
Oh, right.
But
I know the one you're talking about. I never saw it though.
Yeah, Big Hero.
Big Hero.
Big Hero 6 or number. Doesn't matter. The only point I was trying to make was they do it in a fictitious like place that's like based off of like I think it's like Hong Kong and San Francisco, but it has this like they take like noticeable landmarks from both to create this fictitious place, and it has this really cool. Yeah, it has a really cool effect, and it meshes well. Because like I remember watching it, and I was like assuming it was in the United States, but then I was like, oh, like maybe it is the United States, and I was like, where the fuck is this?
Right.
It's like a fictitious place that they like. Yeah, but it's kind of interesting, and I was like, more places should do that. Like I think you'd get bogged down in less like of the quagmire of authenticity if you just kind of made it more of like a, like a fictitious like amalgamation of two places.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah, I like it. It gives
Or
you
like-
that blend of like new, but like hints of familiarity.
Right. Like, and it just made it all the more strange. It just added another layer of like kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It wasn't bad off, but it felt off.
Tommy, have you ever played these Sledge Life games?
No.
They're
They're
super
great.
fun.
What are they? Like? What's the?
It's like a first-person adventure game, but you're doing graffiti and like hanging out, drinking beer, and smoking cigarettes and stuff.
Is it cell shaded from back in the day?
No,
It
it's
looks like it is.
pretty recent. I guess it's like cell shading adjacent.
Right.
It has a
Um,
lo-fi kind of like vibe to
Okay.
it.
Yeah, it's like stylized, intentionally lo-fi. There's actually you can turn the pixelation filter on or off. It looks awesome smooth too, but it's definitely the vibe for it to be pixelated.
Right.
Oh yeah, there's a cat with two assholes.
Yep. I forgot about that.
You can
too.
give cigarettes to kids. You can give cigarettes to birds. You get like missions to take photos of stuff. You wind up like sabotaging some company, and you're helping your friend cut a rap album.
The guy in the shower saying drinking keeps me clean. I forgot about that. Drinking a beer in the shower.
Dude, that
That shit
sounds.
rules.
Yeah. So you basically go around tagging spots and meeting zany characters.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
Lot of weird stuff to look at.
What it was, and this is like a. What's the name of this game again?
Sludge
Life.
Life.
It's on Switch.
Sludge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played both of them and thoroughly enjoyed both. Highly recommend.
Previously on Sludge Life.
Oh wow, this is what I would play. This looks
Hell
cool.
yeah.
Did you play? I ended up my PlayStation crashed.
Oh no.
This was it was some time ago. I've recovered since.
Oh good.
Thank you. The game not High on Life. It was right around when Outer Worlds came. It was like surviving. Gosh dang! Like you work for like a corporate asshole, and like you're man. I'm gonna have to just find it. God, what was it called?
Was it? You're like in space?
Yeah, you're in space, and like you're like pretty much a like if you die, they pretty much clone you, and then you owe the company money. So it has that like
Sure.
kind of like corporate overlord aspect of it.
Are you only in space, or do you go on to?
No,
like,
no,
a planet?
you're on Crash Planet.
Is it Journey to the Savage Planet?
Yes, that is it. Did you play
That
it?
game fucking rules. Yeah, I love that
Yeah,
one.
I did like that a lot. I thought you'd like it.
It was the first game I've played like in quite a while when I played it, and haven't really played anything that hit that Metroid Prime itch the same way that one does.
Yeah, that was another game.
That's what it reminded me the most of.
I would have finished that game had the PlayStation not
Adam,
crashed.
you
Sure.
recommended this to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it was fun. It was a lot
That game
of
was great.
yeah, there's a lot of fun going on in there. And I just like sometimes spaceman aesthetic, just like full send. Like I'm like, oh, space dude, aliens, like
Yeah.
Yep.
not even like grays
Weird
that are
bubble
Yep.
trees, and
Yep.
you know, pink
Yep.
snow.
Right.
Gimme.
Yep. I will take it. Thank you.
Cute little eyeball birds. Yep. Be my
Sure.
friend.
All those things are good. But yeah, oh yeah, the Pioneer program, the newest recruit, Kindred Aerospace, the fourth best interstellar space exploration company. Taking
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was. This was another good thing about this game that stands in contrast to, for example, the Outer Worlds, is like it has that exact same vibe, except Journey to the Savage Planet is actually like funny and not like I get it, like corporate hellscape, like cool. Do you want to tell me again about it and then force me to work in it? Like what the fuck?
The moon, like the big moon guy, the big-headed moon dude.
Big-headed moon dude.
Oh
yeah. I was.
He was like the Mickey Mouse of. But yeah, that I guess that is. You could paint whatever picture you wanted off of that. Yeah, I don't know. You're right. It was way more heavy-handed than this one, which was like more. What was that game that you always wanted to host, Jesso?
Long Dark?
Paranoia.
It had like that kind of level of zany, not like like 1984.
Not trying to be like serious commentary. Well, it was like the thing I didn't like about it. Right, it didn't wind up doing either well, but like having the trappings of being serious for the majority of it, without actually doing any commentary.
Right.
It was all just like LOL capitalism.
Yeah. Thank you for buying our game.
What? Yeah, right, exactly. Like,
soon come.
Yep. There's probably a heavy-handed joke about buying DLC.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. But yeah, I just felt like Savage Planet definitely nailed the crude humor and like just kept it where it needed to be. Yep. But you're right, it is now, especially like as I'm watching this like a little grappling GIF, I'm like, oh yeah, it is also very Metroid-y. Like maybe that's why
was the grapple hook was the moment where I was like, oh yeah, Metroid Prime.
Yeah, it's like it's funny because it's like
one of my favorite things to do in a video game.
Oh man, and
what if
they have just posted some updates about Metroid 4. I think.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to be sandbox, is I think what they were saying. They're like it has
interesting.
It's going to be
the choice.
I think more in line with like the earlier trilogy, which like it has exploration and it is open world, but you do proceed through a linear path. You can't like go to X room and get, X ability. Like I think like Dread was more you can skip and move around and grab things before or after. And then I think like there's some things like you can get mines before you fight Craig in the downstairs lair. I've never done the game sequence break or this whatever you have to do it. But it's but then like you realize like when you're doing the playthrough, there's a segment where you can go and like you can put a bomb into his belly button, but but like to do it, you have to break the brick, and you're like, wait, how the fuck can you do a bomb brick? So like if you were playing the first time, you would give you that hint to like maybe redo your run.
Give it a shot.
Exactly,
to go back for it.
Right, because it's like, oh, because like it, I was like, how did I fuck up? Like, why am I at this boss if I don't have this power up to fight him this way? But you can smoke him without it. Like, I think you can beat him faster.
Oh, okay.
Without it, because like to get to the point where you use the bombs, you have to initiate a sequence where you like failed and fell into a lower platform. So if you just like succeed, you won't even go into that area.
Oh shit.
Yeah. The game's great. I love that game.
Oh yeah.
And it's also like what they did there was really good sci-fi storytelling for a second, where they just do everything I like. They're like I didn't even really know they were going to tie into the X Parasite, which was like what Fusion was all about. And it's a key storyline, and but like just some of the wording that they use, like they'll be like, hey, like this unknown entity sent this video of an X Parasite, and like we've confirmed that it's not like a a simulated image, and like they just kind of like address the world in a more grounded way than like super sci-fi sometimes does, where it's like
That's interesting.
who fucking, and then they do like there's like one story arc that seems like a little hammered in there, but it's still fine, still good.
Uh-huh.
But it's like a little heavy-handed. You're like, all right, whatever. like,
Sure.
like the real happens, and you're like, sure, all right.
Did we really need this? But okay.
That was like the late night big idea where someone's like, awesome, dude. But
I got it.
Yeah, I will say, like, due to its success, I really look forward for them to do one more game on the platform before they like do away with it. I think I've even said it on the show, but I would love for it to be a new Metroid that deals with like the fallout of just everything, opposed to like a redo of like Fusion or something, which would be cool, but like, that's kind of a cop out. Like just because like that's they on the Game Boy Advance, like they pretty much redid their whole game arc. They just tightened it up. Like Zero Mission is just 1 and 2 kind of put together.
Sure.
And
sort of
like
mashed up.
Yeah, they mashed it up and then added like an extended segment at the end, which was like that's where Zero Suit Samus.
Oh, I played that one.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I guess I didn't realize that that's what it was. I guess I assumed it was before 1 and 2.
Yeah. It's it's like well, it is. Which one are you killing? 100 Metroids? Is that 2?
That sounds right.
Because
in 1 you're fighting mainly the space pirates and Mother Brain.
Right. Mother Brain's the big bad at the end of that one.
I don't actually even remember Mother Brain in Zero Mission because.
Right.
Wait.
No, maybe. I'm gonna look it up just so we don't confuse anyone.
Metroid lore by How to Kick Flip a Horse.
0.
We're 42 minutes into the stream and we didn't do an intro, but if you're listening, you know what it is.
We love you. Thanks for being here.
You know who we are.
Thanks for hanging it.
It is a remake of the original Metroid and retells the story with updated visuals and graphics. So it's just Metroid 86 from 86, but I thought I read that they had like tied in other elements from wherever. But so does that mean? I guess the only one that hasn't been remade is Super Metroid hasn't been remade, and Metroid 2 was remade for the DS. And that was actually not that long ago, but I didn't play that one because I didn't have a DS to spare, and emulators were kind of a pain in the dick to get a DS.
Sure.
I've
never encountered a working DS emulator. I don't think I've ever actually even tried to look for that. I just assumed it was impossible.
No, because I remember I remember I played one because I had to allocate a button to play one of the you used to blow into the microphone or something, and it'd be like extinguish this candle, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm on an emulator. What the fuck? And then
what part do I blow into?
They're like, no, you have to assign this button which will recreate like that. So when you're like sitting, and it's like I think it was Phantom Hourglass, which I believe was pretty big butt. Like I don't really remember.
I enjoyed Phantom Hourglass.
Yeah,
the DS one. Yeah, I thought it was cool. I liked that it was like Metal Gear Link.
No, I'm Spirit Tracks. The train.
Oh, that one I did not. Oh, I forgot about the train one. I didn't play that one, but I know it exists.
Because that was like when they made Wind Waker for DS, essentially. Like they continued that vein of Link.
Okay.
And then I was like, because like back in the Hyrule lore, like there's a split. There's 3 potential storylines.
Yeah.
hourglass.
From Ocarina, right?
Yeah, because it's like hero wins, hero dies, hero wins and becomes a kid again. Or like, so he either stays an adult and wins, becomes a kid and win, or dies. And dies leads to Flooded Planet, which is
Right.
Wind Waker, and then subsequently Phantom Hourglass, then Spirit Tracks. Then if he dies, I think you go to like Termina, or no, you get another one, and then if he stays young, he goes to Majora's Mask.
Yep.
But I think they've done away with all of it now. They're not.
Oh yeah, they're just like whatever.
Like
fuck you, continuity nerd.
They really did, like, so you find items from all of the game timelines, and they all just reference them from being like from time past. So like they're just like whatever, bro. They're like fuck you. But
Die mad, scrub.
yeah.
Get wrecked.
Yeah, absolutely wrecked. Get wrecked like Mother Brain.
What's
Can I tell you about the thing I was.
What's
the
What's
bad
that?
guy from Metroid?
Oh, Ridley,
That's it.
the dragon kind of, or Meta Ridley, and later. He's
what makes him Meta Ridley? Is he just bigger?
No, he's actually metallic, or he's mecha. But I think they just didn't want to call him Mecha Ridley.
Sure,
I think
a little too close to Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, I think so. And then they were just like, he died. Like, you kill him in the Metroid continuity. You kill him 5 times. He's he must be, to be honest, his retelling of his life must be horrific. Like, he's just cloned and then killed and cloned, and then his cloned dead body is made into a robot. He gets infected with the X parasites. It's just no bueno, man.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez Louise.
Hate it when that happens.
I know. Do you guys ever read Forming? One of my favorite comics panels of all time. I'm about to send into the Discord chat. If I can figure out how. There we go. I've sent it to the wrong one.
Uh-oh.
I'll send it to the one people are actually looking
doing
at.
that. That's where it lives now.
Try again. Come on. Fucking this up for everyone. Riveting radio. But that made me think of Ridley for obvious reasons.
Is it clone.jpg? Because that's hilarious.
Clone.jpg. That's what I have it saved as.
That's so good.
Forming is extremely good. It's a webcomic by a guy, I believe his name is Jesse Moynihan. It might be James Moynihan. I think it's Jesse, though.
I used to love webcomics. I used to just the art and everything, the zine.
This guy's art is really bonkers good.
Mm-hmm.
I will share.
I was gonna say, yeah. A link would always helps my.
Bang. Jesse Moynihan. He even spells it the same as Jesse.
Nice.
But there's 348 pages of Forming so far. He's done a couple published volumes of it. He also took 4 years off from it or something. But it's really good. Probably a fair bit behind now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know how to get to the archive.
There you go. It's on I think it's on the left there. Now I'm just reading. This is terrible.
Everyone go read Forming after the show.
Good bit.
I knew I'm just a cloned star traveling murderer who grew up in hell. Killing and getting my hog wet in countless holes of glory would be distracting to everyone. I should have known. Did I tell you guys about the Metroid sort of not script, but like script treatment I'm trying to write.
No.
I thought I might have mentioned this at some point on the show, but talking about Metroid made me think of it. But I basically, just for funsies, basically, am trying to write a Metroid script, but using the broad plot beats of Prometheus to show that Prometheus could have been an okay Metroid movie, not the worst Aliens movie.
It could have definitely been a better, like, because, like, yeah, I could see it. Also, it's interesting because, like, you can, like, Metroid is usually, like, Samus's whole thing is, like, she's either, like, this S-tier, like, destroyer of worlds, or she's in, like, a epically vulnerable position, you know? But the game usually follows the same trend where you, by the end you're like, pew, 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 pew.
Right.
But yeah, like she don't even have to go in there like shooting nukes out of her arm. Like I think there's like I think that whole scenario could have been a way better Metroid than what it tried to be.
Yeah,
they were
the whole time I was just thinking, strap a gun on what's her name's arm and change David into Mother Brain and the engineers into space pirates, or just fucking Ridley. And it's like, it doesn't have to do anything with Alien. It's a Metroid. It could be.
Yeah, it's still like a space parasite that like you know, or even like because it's or even the like. The similar vein is like they're the X parasite in the later things because like it assumes a form.
Because she straight up killed all the Metroids.
Yeah, because X gonna give it to you.
Right.
X is gone.
Didn't the one Metroid, the last Metroid, sacrifice itself?
Is that when
that sounds right?
Yeah, that's it. Like it's the one she finds. She finds as a pupa.
Yeah.
And then she carries it around.
Little pet baby.
And then, well, it's funny because, like, I sometimes forget that, like, the Metroid that you see is, like, the earliest stage of the Metroid, and then it can become, like, it becomes, like, a bipedal, like, dragon type thing by the end of its life cycle.
Right.
What?
You know? Yeah, like, it's...
Right, those Metroids don't stay just like jellyfish.
Yeah, like the whole jelly. Yeah, I'll pop. I'm sure someone has made a fun infographic. Let me see.
The Metroid life cycle.
It's literally what I typed in, and here it is. It has a lot of branches. This particular one. Let's see if this is a good one.
Branches.
Branches in the tree here. I posted, but now I'm gonna look at it. But yeah, and it can like
kill it.
Yeah, it becomes this whole crazy, disgusting monster. But like that's like its later forms aren't really marketable. It's not as iconic as like just this really eerie thing, you know. But it's just interesting because I a lot of the times forget that it becomes these like ridiculous giant monsters.
Hell yeah. The ultimate life form, dude.
Yeah. Then you get Dark Samus. That's how you get Dark Samus.
Do you want Dark Samus? Because that's how you get Dark Samus.
How did you get Dark Samus? It just like made it?
No, Metroid Prime.
Is it like steal her suit?
No, that happens in the X one with Metroid Fusion. So Dark Samus is a similar thing. It's like you go to the Chozo world, and a meteorite filled with phazon, which is like a highly volatile substance, is corrupting
the black goo.
Yeah, the black goo. Yeah. And then you kill the Metroid Prime, which then leads to the Metroid Prime essence, and then like I think it spills all over you. And then like it creates a corrupted version of yourself, like based off of its ability. Introducing the phazon suit as its new exoskeleton. Loss of reproductive capacity, but can contaminate and control others. Yeah, I guess it's like final form. But But yeah, like that. Dark Samus was pretty badass. I was a pretty big fan of that.
Def.
I just always like that. Like they're just like, who's its worst enemy? It's like it's just her. And you're like, yeah.
It's the only thing that could really give Samus a run for her money.
Right. No, I mean like if you like people will do like little nerdy deep dives into like power levels and whatnot, and if you kind of like take it on the rolling scale, like she's destroyed planets, not even just from like by causing mass destructions of like but like at one point I think in Corruption, she gets like world altering abilities by the end of it. Now like of course like I think she uses them all up and then like they're spent. So she only has them temporarily. But like, it's just
good for everyone else.
Yeah. They don't really do the Superman like corruption, like if she like turned on the planet Iron Man style. Ozzy.
Sure.
But
you don't want that. You don't want. There's a lot of people you don't want mad at you. Samus is pretty close to the top of the list.
Yeah. Definitely a cool take on like just space heroes, and I just like the idea of liking the way they build it up. It's such a tried and true formula that like I don't even mind when I'm in the midst of it. I'm like, yeah, I know like the progression's pretty much set in stone, but like I don't know, there's just a cool element to it that I'm a sucker for.
It's that sense of discovery you were talking about,
For
like
sure.
it's like Samus is your Pokemon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You get to see all the badass shit she can figure out how to do, and you were there to help.
It turned into a roly-poly all the while.
Closer related to crabs than bugs.
Isn't that crazy?
Little crustacean.
I believe it.
berries.
Do you think? So I guess this is a two-part question. One is, do you think it hurts when Samus turns into a ball, but she does it anyway because that's how tough she is? Or, and so I guess regardless of the answer to that question, another question is, do you think Samus thought it would hurt the first time she had to turn into a ball?
Dude, I
Definitely
don't.
yes to the second.
Yeah, definitely yes to the second. And I think that, yes, it hurts. And it would probably kill a lesser individual. Because, like, she needed and has, like Chozo blood in her. So she's been, like, augmented to be able to use this stuff. So I bet it hurts. But I bet she's
in the very
badass.
first, every single rendition of her, it's canonical that she's had that exposure to be able to do it.
Yeah. I think, like, I mean, it's hard to say. I think with the very first one, I don't know if they've released. I mean, I don't think there's any lore to the. I don't think there's any written, like, lore to the game outside of what you kind of experience and see, and then what they like tell you. But it's very quickly established that. I wonder when it is established, though.
Maybe it's like
because
when
like
Pokemon goes in its Pokeball, she's just like really relaxed and comfortable and happy.
She's just in there, tiny ripping bongs.
Yeah.
She's like on a command deck,
I gotta drive my fucking suit around.
Like, fuck yeah, another tunnel.
In ball form.
Yeah, they
super happy I found this sewer grate.
I think they've both simultaneously. I think they've tried to explain it but also have made the ball bigger in each iteration. Where like it used to be like crazy small. Where you're like, yo, how did like that 6'1" person just like? But now in the primes, it seems almost feasible that like the mass is there, but I forget. I read one.
Seems like a heavy ball.
Oh yeah, it's dense, but like
you can get some rad air on that one part with the half pipe.
Oh yeah, you gotta like build up a
Prime.
little speed boost. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That shit is so fucking cool. That game was so good.
That game was good, and the remastered was great.
Didn't get to play that one.
Was that the
But
GameCube one?
it would be
No, the Switch dropped. They like Ghost dropped it too. They
right. That was the one they were just like, by the
Oh,
way,
Right.
by the way, this is out today. Enjoy.
What's cool is I can only I want to play Corruption and even more so that last one. I forget what it's called. Wait, Corruption.
Electric Boogaloo.
I forget what it's like Metroid Prime. What is that other one? Oh well. But all the same, the third installment is the one I played.
Metroid Prime Pinball, I think is what you're thinking of.
Yeah, that's it.
That is it. Yes.
Super Smash Brothers.
There's another one called Other M. There's another one called Federation Force.
Federation Force is like you play as like the soldiers that make up the Federation, and you're like, but you look like me characters. Like your
And
head.
there's Samus Returns.
That's the second one. I think
Nice.
the DS one.
That's the one before Metroid Dread. Last one before Metroid Dread.
Yeah, I believe that. That's one I didn't play. I didn't play Metroid Other M either, and it's like widely hailed as the worst Metroid, and not just because of gameplay. It's because like they introduce this, like it's in a time period of Samus's life where she joins the Federation before becoming a bounty hunter, and she has all of her power ups. Like she's still her badass self. So to like make sense of the game and limit her like use of abilities, this like asshole like commanding officer just tells her not to use her missiles. So like she'll be in situations where like yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah, like yeah. So like
It's so rude.
Yeah, like so they create narratives and such. And then there's another thing where this was introduced in the manga, was that like Ridley attacked her home planet in the colony planet that she lived in.
Mm-hmm.
And like the colony planet had relations with the Chozo people, and when the space fire sacked the whole planet, her family died and they rescued her, or they found her and then took her in, and you know the rest. But in Metroid Other M, they decided to play off that like canon from the manga, and now she has like extreme PTSD when she sees Ridley, so she just like freezes up. So like it's just it could have been an interesting storyline in showing a young character becoming the stronger character that we know, but it was like kind of written by a bunch of boys, and it didn't really come off that great. And it's just like widely panned. It's just like they just like shit the bed on like they just made the character not look. It just didn't feel the type of character that you would expect.
You fucking blew it.
Sure.
Yeah, they blew it. So like I don't even know how people feel about the gameplay, because like it's like no one.
The story controversy down though.
Yeah, I mean I think one time also all the cutscenes are unskippable, and I think there's like
Oh no.
yeah, and there's like
Love that.
like 40 plus minutes of cutscenes or something. It's because I watched them all on YouTube one time, and I was like, okay, like I'll watch the story of it at least a little bit, and I wasn't. I was like, dang, this doesn't seem great.
Not having the best time with this one.
Yeah, so I don't think that remake's ever gonna.
Well, maybe
they'll get like a real.
Maybe they'll strike
remake.
it from the canon.
Yeah. But you never know.
I think it's way cooler the idea that even if he did destroy her like village and kill her family, that if Samus sees Ridley, her first instinct is to just start shooting at him.
Right.
Like no attempt at stealth, just like there he is, there's the bastard. Bop, 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 bop.
Yeah.
Everyone around there's like, Jesus Christ, what's this insane woman in a robot suit doing? And she's like, getting revenge. Bop, 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 bop.
Yes. I like this.
No, I completely agree though. Like but like it could have been cool storytelling. Like it really could. Like her coming over that and like having like trauma and everything. It could have been really, that's like compelling storytelling there. But like it just didn't come off as so. And then I mean, I'm sure by the end of that game, you beat the hell out of that, that lizard person. So.
That large flying lizard alien.
I know that
whatever the fuck he is.
Yeah, like, I do appreciate that. Like the space pirates are like these weird crustacean things, and then like Ridley is just something else, and he's just like, "I'm your leader."
He's like, "I'm also hanging out with you guys.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm leading you on a space piracy mission. We're pirates now." I know it seems like mainly we do lab stuff with aliens, but I'm telling you, we're pirates.
We're not just a weird research branch.
This is my friend Kraid, who's the size of a building.
Yeah, sometimes. I also like that, like, he dies several times by falling into a pit of acid that he resided in. And you're just like, I don't understand.
He just went home.
Yeah, right.
Maybe it's like a Bacta tank.
No, I think you wear him down.
Now.
His immune system gets a little down, and like
develops a cold.
He's like, oh no, I am in acid.
I forgot to turn on my space heater. I gotta go back to bed. Cold. It's chilly in here.
As narrated by.
It would be funny to see Metroid from Ridley's point of view, where he's just like this lady again.
Yeah, like also like if you lived in a place as big as like in multi-inhabited planets.
As big as Federation space?
Yeah, like when you got Federation space going on and like space travel, like to get your ass kicked by the same person multiple times, like it would
just keeps showing up.
Yeah, like it would be like, first of all, the odds are like kind of in your favor not get beat up by that person again.
I know. I mean, like you see how pissed Ridley is about it too.
Oh yeah. Does not.
He can't even talk. He's just reduced to shrieking and yelling.
I know. How the clawed space pirates or the giant Ridley uses a computer is beyond me. Everything's like I don't know. There's no typing there. That's for sure. No keyboard.
I love Apple. I just love the MacBook.
Big Mac.
It's a status thing.
It's just I really love the Bluetooth.
I mostly use the voice commands.
Here for the voice commands. Please go easy on my
user friendly.
Watch this. Siri, release the Metroids. Oh shit!
He's like dabbing his head with the handkerchief.
Oh no! Oh, Ridley's gonna fire me.
Yeah, it's like, I just had my quarterly review.
I was doing so well. I was on track for that raise. I was gonna get a bigger share of our space pirate loot.
Yeah, what they're ever like being bad guys towards, you're never really sure. You're just like, no, they're bad guys.
Right.
Like
space pirate equal bad.
Yeah. What is their side of the story? We really do need to get to the bottom of this.
I'm saying, dude, there's nuance to be had here.
It's true.
My first thought also was Ari big alien fingers using computers. I imagine they probably just like have human slaves. Maybe that would be a good twist.
Yeah. They also, I think
Samus like finds her parents. They didn't get killed. They just got picked up and forced to use the space pirates' computers.
Dude, you're just like all data crunchers and stuff. You're like, dang.
Right.
Like
they just straight up don't recognize her, mainly because she's wearing a robot suit. But that could be like the dramatic reveal
Yeah.
Samus takes her helmet off, and they're just like, "Who are you?"
You look
And then
like
they go
that
back
person.
to they go back to typing.
Yeah, right. Oh, that would be brutal. They're like identical.
And then Samus cries, and then she puts her helmet back on and just starts blasting everyone.
Single tear,
Yep.
blast away.
Hell yeah.
She could just be crying the whole time. I think that'd be fine.
Love that.
Might take a little bit more processing than a single tear.
Yeah,
unless we're counting blaster bolts as tears these days. That's fine too.
The tears of the blaster pistol.
As my space gun gently weeps.
Uh-huh.
All right, fellas. Well, that was an hour. Do we want to call it here at 10, or do we want to?
No, I am
keep
gonna.
going,
No,
or-
I got a little bit of a busy day tomorrow. I think
That's
I'm
fair.
gonna. But only cause I got like a meeting. Love that.
Oh, fun.
Mm-hmm.
Love to have a meeting.
I'm told it's short, but I doubt it.
Oh, good. All right. Well, I hope it goes well for you. And you know what's not short?
Uh-oh.
Our theme music.
I thought it was gonna be the fart.
Porque no los dos.
I asked for that.
Halfway there.
I'd have a beer.